Today, I want to build a house in The Sims from left to right. Normally in The Sims, I'll build the shell first, I'll make the rooms, and we go room by room. But in this challenge, we do not start with the shell, and we have to build it as we go, tile by tile. And once we declare one row of tiles completed, we cannot go back and change things, so it's also kind of a no mistakes challenge. And before we get into it, I am part of the EA Creator Network, and I've been gifted a couple packs in the past. I also have a creator code Sarah that you can use when checking out on the EA app or thesims.com. If you'd like to financially support me, I will make a small commission. Let's get to the video. So the vibe that I'm going for today is like somewhat mid-century. I'm realizing we actually have to start with landscaping before we draw any walls. I think I want to put a bush right there and maybe a small tree right here. Now, the reason that I've only landscaped right here is because I want a 3-tile bump out on this side. So we already cannot go back here, and I'm just realizing I forgot terrain paint. But moving on to this row, I want to put a fireplace in here. So I'm thinking maybe we could do some of this stone. I'm thinking either the horse ranch one or the snowy escape one could be kind of nice. Maybe the horse ranch one because I really like this beam. We also have to think about wall paint as we go. That is just now occurring to me. I want to get a plant and some clutter up on this beam, but it won't slot there. So I'm going to take this towel storage rack. This is one of the shelves that you can use in the game. Use your Alt key to place it basically at the exact level of where you want the clutter to go. You can slot the clutter to it, and then it should stay at that height if you have bb.move objects on. Now, sometimes items like this, you have to make sure all of the other slots of it are filled up first so that the items you want don't accidentally snap up there anyway. I think what's going to be hardest here is the color schemes, because I really like to see how the room is coming together as a whole when I decide on things like wall paint or flooring or anything like that. But we have to make our decision before we move on to the next tile. So at least in here with the fireplace, I might keep this stone right here. And you know what? I might do that on the outside as well. And now I have to turn the grid on because I have to think about the rest of the landscaping, like what else is going to be lined up here. This challenge has been around for a while. I do believe the first person I saw do it was Sid Mac, and I don't know if it has an official name, but to me, it's like a printer challenge. Like everything is completely done as it prints out. Does that make any sense? I actually think I might really mess up the landscaping. Like it might end up clipping in certain places. I was planning on just doing one story because I think that will be easiest, but I kind of was wondering if I should do something like this so that we do have a little bit of a chimney. And it's kind of good that I remembered that now before we move on to the next part. Okay, so I am declaring this tile number 2. We cannot go back. I'm abandoning terrain paint at this point. But moving on, we actually have to think about a floor plan. And like I said, the landscaping is gonna clip in. I didn't think it would clip in that badly. Anyone have any other challenge ideas for what I should do today? I'm kidding. We will persist. I think we're going to have that be the center of the main bedroom. And then what if we do what will become a 9-tile main bathroom? And I'm debating if I want to bring this out right here for maybe an office space. The reason I say office space is because what I'm thinking is we could do some bookshelves or something. Or maybe this could even be a kid's room because these are the kids' bookshelves. Now, what do we do here in the bathroom with the landscaping clipping in? We aren't really going to cover that up with a bookshelf now, are we? What if I covered it up with the shower tub combo right there? And now coming over to the bedroom, we could do a dresser. Also, if I'm using a 2-tile item, I am allowed to have it like extend past that 1 tile. Obviously, I can't place half of an item, but wow, it is really hard to envision how the room will look when you don't have the rest of the room. And I want to actually put this sliding door like there. So maybe here we could do a big mirror. I don't know if I want to do that one, or I was considering the jungle adventure mirror just because I know it will cover up that landscaping clipping in. Now, I do think some paneling is a bit mid-century. Maybe I'm wrong for that. But what about, ooh, this blue could be really, really nice. And then what if we did this businesses and hobbies wallpaper as kind of like an accent wall in the kids' room? I was like, what if we do a tile like that? I don't know about that. But I might like this one. Another thing I'm realizing that is difficult about this, I'm looking at everything in the outside lighting right now, but that probably will change when we enclose the rooms and are able to see it inside. We need windows. Oh my God. I wasn't even thinking about windows. What is the game telling me is mid-century windows? Oh, the growing to get famous ones. Yep. Oh, am I gonna want any clutter over here? Let's maybe do the little basket. I'm also thinking maybe we'll put some pictures right there. And what kind of curtain? This could end up nice. We'll see. What if we went with this siding from growing to get together? Anyway, I like it. I think the last thing I want to add is a little doormat here by the door. This is what I mean with the lighting. Like, this doesn't look good right now, and I don't know if it will. But I think I am I'm ready to declare this tile as complete. And so moving on to the next tile, let's think about walls. Obviously, all of these rooms are getting a little bit bigger. The one thing I'm realizing is I'm gonna need a door to the bathroom, and I kind of thought it would be here, but I put stuff there. I wanna think about windows again, and I don't know if this is gonna let me place it where I want, because I think I kind of want it here, but I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Even though it goes into that tile, I might just place it there for now. I do want a little chair. Oh, not the landscaping jump scare. And then maybe we could even do a Blarfy in the corner, a cute little picture. Though I don't know if that will look like it's in the right spot. I do not like that I've chosen white windows to go with this. I do not think that that was a good decision. Also, I forgot landscaping right here on this tile. No! We have to be landscapeless right there. I really don't want to abandon landscaping for the rest of the build, but we might just put it there instead. I think based on where I now have to have the door, I actually don't want anything in this tile of the bathroom, except maybe a towel. I don't know how lights are really gonna work in here because again, I can't really see what's going on with the lighting, but I think I will add one in each room right now just so that I know we will have lights. And now in the main bedroom, I'm kind of envisioning a double bed like here. So does that mean I should put it in there right now? No, you know what? I think I want to leave another tile, and in front of the bed here, we will have a couple chairs. I'm putting them here because they do go into this tile, and I am trying to place multiple tile items at like their first possible appearance, if that makes sense. I also just realized I wasn't doing any like deck or patio out here. Uh-oh, that doesn't look good at all. I'm really trying to do no mistakes, so I might have to do that, and then at least that'll be there as a reminder that I want to add more right there. I think I'm ready to declare this tile done, and now we move on to another one. And now all of the rooms are extending except the bathroom, so I will close this off. That is going to take away my flooring, but I'm allowed to put that back, obviously. I keep thinking I'm doing really well at thinking of everything in this challenge, but I'm really not, because like we're gonna need a curtain here, and I probably should have put it on there already because it would probably snap to that tile of the window, but no, I didn't think of that. But I am still thinking of our, whatever these are, tiles for the outside, and I'm realizing I forgot to put clutter on the rest of the dresser, so that's really good. Well, let's finish the bathroom and call it done so that we can kind of feel like we did something. Would the Get Famous sinks look okay in here? Because they're very mid-century. Maybe they would. Let's think about the kids' room, because where's the bed going? I think from what I can tell lighting-wise, this is our best swatch of a bed. So I'm gonna put that one right there, and maybe a smaller dresser like that, and the door will go somewhere right there. I'm trying not to think too much ahead so that it doesn't just feel like I pre-planned or pre-built everything, but I'm also like, this challenge does in fact require a decent amount of pre-planning. And I do think I'll want a rug. That one is very boring, but trying to figure out the correct swatches with the lighting is proving to be a bit difficult. Now coming to this tile of the bedroom, I'm not sure that there's that much more I want to do here, because I think the bed is gonna start with the next tile, but maybe we'll get a big plant. You'll never regret big plant. I believe I am ready to call this tile done, and we move on to the next tile. So I'm extending everything out by one tile. Now I don't really know what this bump out is. It might just be a hallway. So what if we just did like maybe an accent wall in a hallway table of sorts? I'm also trying to think of a backstory. Why was the house built like this? Why was it built tile by tile? Sometimes a build doesn't need a backstory. Sometimes it can just be a build out there in the world. I do feel like I'm losing my grasp on the floor plan. I'm like, where am I going with this? But this is where I place the bed right now, right? I want it lined up with the wall, which I presume the wall will be here. I think this rug is supposed to go with the color scheme of the curtains. So if we get this to a size that works, that could be something. Do we want anything out here? Maybe a little bench or a chair or something? And then I think I'm ready to declare this next tile. Nope, I didn't say the word done. So I can, in fact, paint this tile. And that actually is our first 5 tiles done. That, I'm not kidding, took me 1 hour. Moving on to our next tile, I know we will be closing off the rooms here, so I at least can get that going. Oh wait, we're only closing off that one room. We're not closing off the main bedroom. Swatch-wise, could have done a little better. This is a bit too pink, but oh well. I didn't even get the window centered. It's fine. We didn't get a curtain. We didn't get the window centered. What did we get? Did we get anything? Did we succeed at anything? Maybe we'll get a nice little side table for our chair. We're only 6 tiles in and I'm ready to give up. This wall is really empty. I should should have anticipated that. This works. Wait, am I gonna like it there? Because if we have one more tile to do, I should put it like that, right? And now I think we just have to finish up the kids' room. They don't have a mirror, so what if we go with this university one right there? They do not have a toy box, so a toy box would be nice. What about the new acorn one? Do we have a cute swatch of that? It's very pink, but maybe this is my room in another life. I love the color pink. Maybe they love the outdoors, and that's why their bedside light is a little lantern, and they have some naturey stuff in here too. I cannot get over that I did not center the window, but given the circumstances of the challenge, I don't think this is the worst I've ever done a room. So I think that's gonna be our 6th tile, and let's come over now to the 7th tile, and I don't know what happens now that this room is done. I know that we're finishing off this room, and I need to put back the flooring and ooh, get us another light. But now we can finally see how the room is looking. It's looking absolutely massive. In what world does a bedroom need to be this big? Also, I guess it's good that this is a sliding glass door because I'm like, there's literally one window, and I did not put any clutter on this table. I'm just realizing.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're.
We do need another bathroom, preferably over here. And I'm wondering if we just do our classic 3x2, even though I don't love doing that in front of the house. I cannot get over this wall. It's so bad. And I'm like, I guess we could put a window there and then like plan to have a wall right there. That does not feel any better. I feel like that makes the room feel even bigger. I'm remembering clutter for the bedside table. Okay, but what goes in this corner? That's so scary. A barrel. A barrel is actually very mid-century. I heard that on HGTV somewhere. I'm just kidding. A big old vase? This isn't even big enough. I was gonna say big plant. We need to bring in the big guns. We might need this one that I never use inside because it always clips in. My sincerest apologies. Painting the ceiling, it did not even occur to me. This is the other bathroom. I'm going to use the same flooring and maybe the same walls, but maybe the walls will be a lighter gray. That's really boring. What about the soft pink? So I think the door is going in the next tile, which means if this is a 3x2 bathroom, everything else should go in this tile. So I'm gonna try to keep it simple. It is the kids' bathroom, so maybe we'll do the parenthood mirror with the little stickers. We could do the parenthood shower here. I am realizing I wanted to put a window right there. We could just do this one with a shower. We don't even really have a good swatch of our like mid-century shower. We get just a bit of clutter on the sink, and then that leaves this random tile area. Family photos. I think my next question is like, does this area connect to this area, the rest of the backyard area? I can't even envision it in my head right now. So that is going to be our 7th tile. I guess it's our 8th. I haven't been counting this one, so we're just gonna say that's our 7th tile. So now the 8th tile, I know that that will be completing the bathroom here, and we're going to draw a wall here, and I think a wall here as well. Let's finish the bathroom with this pink tile, and I said that the door was going to go here. Wait, I did want a window. I was gonna put a window there. I'm not going to forget. I can put a bath mat right there, and I can put some towels. Just kidding. I don't like those ones. What about these ones? That's good. My plan is that this is going to be like a large kitchen. So I'm thinking we could do the stove right here and pop the fridge there, and maybe since these are parenthood, we also use the parenthood counters. Do the nice big range hood and then some cabinets. And I gotta think about the walls, I suppose. Is this even mid-century? Maybe not parenthood. I think the dream home decorator ones are a bit mid-century. I do like that. We may not have used the parenthood counters, but to be honest, the backsplash I think might look really nice. Renovated a mid-century shell is what I'm feeling from this. Let's just say we're mid-century inspired. I don't want to upset anyone by my design choices. I'm sure I already have, let's be real. And maybe we will try to connect this back up. I almost forgot about kitchen clutter entirely. Like, we were about to have no kitchen clutter. Now I think we are done with this tile and we move on to the next. So I think we're going to use this brick as kind of like a feature wall in the entryway. And I was kind of thinking we could just do like a little chair with a lamp and a shoe rack. I don't know if I like that lamp. We'll do that with maybe like a big art piece here. That could be really, really nice. I do also think this is where our like front porch is beginning. This is all I want for this tile. So I think we move on to our 10th tile. Starting at the front here, I know there's a mid-century door that I do really like. Is is that the right one for this house though? We could just do it in white and then it kind of brings in the white windows a little better. Coming over to the kitchen, I do think that I want to have an island. That is where we'll have our sink. It would also probably be a good idea to grab a trash can and put it right there. I really like these bar stools. I really think they fit with our mid-century look, but I just can't find a swatch that I want for them. So we could always go Dream Home Decorator. You can get the tiny living hanging lights over the island. That might be a nice touch. And what's going on outside? I just realized that I didn't put like anything in the corner here. Maybe that's where we could get a grill. You know what I can remember? I can remember to put an entryway mat. So that, I believe, is our 10th tile. So here is what we have. 10 tiles in so far. Moving on, let's go to the 11th tile. I'm gonna draw a wall here and here, maybe. Next thing I'll do is our flooring. I keep forgetting we're going to have more wall there, so that I should probably like center the pictures with the anticipated wall. Same with this bookshelf. I probably should have put it there. It's tough out here. I actually don't know if I want to do any more on this tile, except I guess we could do the umbrella rack right there and the like mail wall thingy. What about the burglar alarm? I wasn't thinking about the burglar alarm. I'm thinking about how I want a dining area out here, and I'm like, I have to place those chairs now without the table, right? I think we'll do that, and I'll slot them to the table when we actually get the table, which is the next tile, tile number 12. I think I'm ready to move on to tile number 12. I'm going to draw a wall there and a wall there, and I think that's actually it for our little entryway area. I also think it was a bit of a mistake to make this wall the horse ranch stone, and you'll see why in a little bit. Now, I do think I want a big sliding glass door right there. Is our dining area starting here? I just have those chairs there to like think about it. I think it might start at the very end of these tiles, so I'm going to grab some dining chairs. I don't know what we should do for the dining area. I forgot about these really nice chairs from Get Famous. What about a rug? I actually really like the tiny living one. I think that could work here. I'm kind of just treating the sliding glass door as a big window in terms of like feng shui. I don't really like things in front of the door. I'm just treating this as a big window. Why did it not occur to me to put a desk right here or right here? We'll have to find a way. If this is the living area, maybe we can like find a way to squeeze a desk in somewhere over there. Am I already ready to move on? No. We need to add the dining table out here. Oh, that was a close call. Let's do this one with some pink. Also, if I did that, then I need to add the flooring out here. Maybe even more landscaping right here. That's actually a very cute entryway. I do wish that I had thought I should do that, but I did not, so we don't have that. I am ready to declare that tile done and move on to the next one. I want to add another bump out and make this a chimney in the front of the house, because I know I did the chimney on the side, but I really like the look of mid-century homes when they have the big chimney in the front. That is why I thought it was kind of a bad idea to keep this wall with the stone as well, even though it looks really nice in contrast with that wall. Now we just have the chimney that is also the same thing. I think that's kind of what I want. That one's only going to be 2 tiles. And for the actual fireplace, I really like this one from the base game. And now we have to decide on a dining table. And I think Get Famous has one that I know I want to use. Yeah, I like this one. We should also get a centerpiece, because that seems like something that I am likely to forget. The last thing we got to do is add these chairs out here. I did not add a centerpiece on that table though. No citronella candle. This one's gonna be pulling all the weight. Okay, I'm calling it. That tile is done. Let's move on to the 15th tile. I feel like every time I look back at this table, it is even more not centered. That's so upsetting. I'm so sorry. Let's finish up this little vibe with the fireplace. And we also have to come up here and extend our platform over and draw us another half wall. Oh, I could have thought to do landscaping on that 14th tile, and I did not. So landscaping we will not have. The one and only mid-century couch. Like when I'm thinking mid-century couches in The Sims, no one is her. She is the one. I think all I'm gonna do is like cover our bases with a super subtle saucer light, and I think that is gonna do it for our 15th tile. So our next set of 5, here is everything that we have done. And let's move on to the 16th tile. So I'm gonna bring in a wall here and a wall there that should finish up. I already declared it done, and I did not paint the wall there or the wall there. At least it's so hard to tell. If there were anywhere to forget painting a wall, it's probably good that it's there. Anyway, I might start bringing in this wood wall inside. Do I want like a little side table? Like, I guess we could kind of put one right here. I probably could figure out a sunken living room. Probably had to think about that 2 to 3 tiles ago though. Also probably should think about a rug. We have to do this one. Does it really match anything else that is going on? Not really, but like this rug is so good. We're getting to the point now that I can see in my head how the rest of the house is shaping up. So I'm like, I just want to finish it. What if we do a couple chairs like that? No, see, this is what I mean. Why am I doing these chairs already? Is that all I wanted in that tile? Like, I don't see much going on there. So 17th tile. No. Okay, I guess that's where our patio is going to stop because I did actually forget to draw the patio flooring there. We can't be making mistakes like this at the 11th hour. We were doing so well. I want a window. Okay, we carry through our flooring, but I do think I am going to add another light out here. Here we go again with not really having a curtain. I could do this because that technically is slotting on the exact end of the tile that we're on. I think I could do that. Can I interest you in a plant? Oh no, I forgot landscaping again in this little part right there. Why am I like this? Okay, well, let's make sure all of our walls are painted in the way that we want them to be. And now I think we move on to the 17th, 18th tile. I'm drawing that wall there, drawing a wall there, carrying through our flooring. We're in a little bit of a routine now. I want to add another chair. This area is going to be so empty because the next tile is going to be the last tile of the actual house. Actually, wait, I have another idea, which I actually don't think is that good of an idea. Like maybe they have a little cabinet and then they have like, they'll have nectar like there and then the desk can go like there. Okay, when in doubt, more furniture. I'm gonna remember the landscaping, and you know what? Speaking of remembering landscaping, that's what I didn't do out here. Well, we have some landscaping there now. I actually can't really think of anything else I want to add in here for this tile. Let's move on to what will be the last tile of the house. So I'm going to close it in. So I'm gonna have to redo these floors really quickly, but this is also the moment of truth of how things look in normal lighting. Okay, just kidding. It didn't want to actually tag all of that as a room. So the moment of truth is still to come. We probably should do a window right there. That's good. How do I get this to know it's a room? Do I really got to do the custom room tool? Is this the moment of truth? It is. It is. Okay, so now I have to remember. I have to remember all of our flooring and what we did. Wait, no, that's giving me a second chance to paint the walls, and I don't deserve that. I forget which one I forgot to paint. Was it that one? This backsplash and this whole kitchen setup actually does look really good. I can add curtain. I can add curtain. Luckily, I have curtain, and now I can do a desk. Oh, you know, one might think that someone who wanted to put a desk on this tile would have had the forethought to put a chair on the previous tile. Oh, chat. Oh, we were doing so well. Well, at least we can have the desk. You know what I might do is make this a laptop, because that way your sim can pick it up and bring it over to another location. That's not centered. Oh my God, that's not centered. What I can do is put a chair here. The idea that the chair has wheels, so your sim could, if it was a thing that could happen in the game, they could wheel it around. And yeah, there's their little nectar stash that they also have right there. I'm not even done with this build and I'm already like, okay, so my feedback is too many wood tones. There's too many wood tones happening, but we can always have pops of color with plants. But I think that actually wraps up the house. I do have to roof this, and the last tile is obviously just like some landscaping here. I like had a plan in my head and it involved something like this. Obviously. Is that how I want that to be? I need you to know that there was literally no possible way that I could have roofed this as I went. I'm sure someone out there is literally so talented and could have done that. That person is not me. I really like the exterior. I'm like, okay, at least the exterior is somewhat okay. The shape of it is very satisfying to me. Let's just get into the final tour. Here is the result of building a house from left to right with no mistakes in The Sims 4. I actually really might want to renovate this. The outside structure and the floor plan even might be kind of good, but it needed some more forethought. So I might do that on Twitch sometime. If you want to follow me over there, the link is down below. At least we only had a couple major errors, the like not painting the walls and then missing landscaping here and there. I wish I was able to think of a more complex backstory to it, but I was like so focused on the challenge at hand. And if you did make it this far, comment an arrow emoji, any kind of one that you can find. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We do Sims build challenges on here all the time. And if you're looking to watch another one, YouTube thinks you'll like whatever one is linked on the screen right now. All my other links for my socials are down below. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!